Okay. So whenever you're ready.
Okay,
Yeah.
so again, thanks for coming. Give you the time. You found me in my garden. This garden is called Uhuru. You know what Uhuru means?
I looked it up. I know it's a garden in Namibia, I want to say.
Yeah, maybe
Namibia.
there's an Uhuru garden too in Namibia.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
the word Uhuru itself,
I don't know what
it
it
means
means.
freedom.
Mm.
Yes, it means independence. So we named this garden Uhuru Gardens. It's symbolic because that's the story of how this garden started. So I'll tell you the story of the garden, and I can contextualize that broadly. So we started this garden in 2022, May. Do you remember what happened in 2022?
May 2022. A lot of things happened May
A
2022.
lot of things happened.
Yeah.
Anything connected with food?
I'm trying to think.
Too many things happen in the US.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Something happens every day. yeah.
Yeah, but I'm asking here
With food.
with regards to the shooting to death of 10 black people in a grocery store in Buffalo, New York.
Oh yes,
in
yeah, I
May
remember this.
2022.
Mm-hmm.
So these folks are buying their veggies and what have you, and somebody who held a particular ideology of hatred just comes in and picks them out, shoots them dead. So for me and my students, I've met some of them. Jeff was the TA.
Yeah.
And so and a couple of others, they feel the violence. They feel that violence. It's not different from being shot yourself when your people are being picked out like that. And that's a historical fact in this country and in this world.
It happens every month. That's why I can't even remember the month because it happens every month. Yeah.
It's so commonplace to the degree that it's been normalized. So my students could not go to Albertson here without feeling threatened and feeling broken in that regard. So that was also the month when the university had strike, the TAs had a strike at the UCSB, the COLA strike, which was the cost of living adjustment strike. They're asking for an adjustment in their TA-ship wages. They're not paid enough. So the shooting in New York brought these two things together: the cost of living in Santa Barbara and the racialized violence. So we decided to start our own garden. That's how Uhuru started, so that we could move towards a good degree of. It's getting a bit chilly. A little bit of food sovereignty, because we often don't think about it, but what we buy at the shops often is not good. A lot of the vegetables and fruits that we buy, they come from industrial farming.
Yeah.
A lot of it is chemicals, a lot of it is hormones, a lot of it is GMO.
And it's grown in soil that's poor.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, often soil that is poisonous. And so when I don't know, we didn't test the soil, but at least we know what we're putting into the soil and what we're harvesting. So we don't use any chemicals. We use organic compounds to control pests. We use mechanical means to control pests. And so we dug the foundations. You can see the mesh wire there is dug into the ground, like a few feet down there, so that gophers don't crawl in. So that's one of the major challenges here. So in 2022, spring, summer, the ground was so tough. We're still in the drought. The 3 consecutive years of drought in California. The ground was clay and tough, but we did it. And so we put our little monies together with the students. I think we were 4 or 5. And so we bought the materials and we fenced. But then we put plastic roofing to protect against. We thought birds were the main problem, but they were not. But that year we survived.
You said bears?
No, birds.
Oh, bears.
Yeah. So we put bird netting. But then last year squirrels came and they started biting their way through. So only a few weeks ago we managed to replace it with wire netting. Yeah, that's a lot of work. Some of these things are kind of falling behind me.
Yeah.
So right now we are squirrel proof.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we still have some gophers.
Yeah.
So we're busy eliminating those. It's work of patience. But what we've managed to do is to grow what we eat in terms of most of the veggies that we need. I mean, you call them collard greens.
Yeah. Murio. I know.
Murio.
Yes. Yeah.
Murio. All kinds of types. There's mustard.
Yeah.
green there.
Mustard greens.
What do we call tsunga?
Yeah.
They call it Swiss chard.
Yeah.
That one.
Yes.
I don't know if it comes from Switzerland.
It doesn't.
It
It does not.
So I don't know if it's
yeah.
called why it's called Swiss chard.
I can tell you it does not. Yeah.
All kinds of spinaches and I mean different kinds. You can walk all
Yeah, I can actually walk around. Maybe. And this is mint, right? Or
This is ornamental.
Oh,
I think
gotcha.
the leaves or the flowers can be eaten. I mean,
Gotcha.
we have enough things to eat, so
Mustards right here.
mustard.
Yeah.
This is one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
it's,
the family I used to work for, they also loved mustard greens.
it's very, very good. Actually,
Yeah.
I've got some packs that I bought from Zimbabwe of seeds
Yeah.
that will grow.
This is red kale right here, or sometimes they
Yes.
call it red Russian kale.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so also this is a type of bean. It's a climbing bean. Yeah. Nyemba. You call it.
Nyemba.
So you eat the tender leaves, but also the beans themselves. And they provide good shading also. This is I think they call it taro root here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Madumbe
Yeah, matumba.
in our world.
And
Where I grew up.
is this celery?
That is
no, this is not.
forget the name. It's not parsley, but it's related to parsley.
Oh, cilantro? I don't think that's not
It
cilantro.
is not cilantro. Maybe the tag is here. Yeah.
Oh.
They call it.
I've never heard of it.
Yeah.
Love it.
It's very much like parsley.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We just cilantro down there near the gate.
Yeah. And this is right here.
That is
this
a
is
type of so-called the Swiss chard.
yeah.
Spinach, some people call it. Yeah.
But it's not colored. This one.
I don't know what collard really is.
Yeah, they have like a colorful Swiss chard too. That's the one we would grow. It would be like purple, red. Yeah.
Yeah, you have different colors. I think we have 3 or 4 colors here.
Yeah.
This is a different type. Yeah. And, over there, that kind of yellowish.
Yes.
That's also a different kind.
Yeah, this is what we had. We had a yellow and red.
Then we have
Strawberry.
one of the gates of the purple one.
Oh,
Yeah.
the purple one.
We don't have a lot of it this year, but it will grow. What we do is we leave a few of these from last season, right from season to season.
Yeah.
The flower, the seeds, when the seeds was cut,
Yeah.
then we transplant.
Exactly.
Like a lot of these we didn't buy the seedlings. You
Mhm.
see there are lots of them on the ground already.
Yeah.
This is from last year.
And on my way here, I actually saw some growing like just
Yes.
along here. Yeah.
Yes. So I mean, if you don't remove this, they will not die.
Yeah.
They just continue to grow.
Yeah.
Then only yesterday I was planting cilantro here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. This is cilantro.
Cilantro's very delicate though. It's
Very.
Yeah. It's very hard to.
Very. So
Yeah.
I mean, if 50% survives,
Yeah. Yeah.
that's a good proportion.
From seed, it's even lower. At least in my experience.
Yes, it needs,
Yeah.
it needs very, very close tendering.
Yes.
Some basil there, and some pumpkins.
Oh yeah, that's pumpkin.
Yeah, most of the pumpkins I brought from Zimbabwe. We try to grow African veggies of African origin.
Yeah.
But also part of the story that they're telling me is a lot of these green veggies originated from Africa.
And that's actually was going to be my next question is you because they're the I don't think you have any like specifically colored greens here.
We used to last year.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about. We
Yeah.
made them last year.
Yeah.
We'll be growing them too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there is, at least at our farm, we grew Zimbabwean colored greens.
Yes.
So they were a little more tender. They weren't as harsh, and they were a lot easier to make wraps with. They tasted better, in my opinion. Yeah.
There's a type I brought a pack of seeds that grows tall. It keeps growing up to maybe this height. So it's a perennial. Yeah, it doesn't die.
Yeah.
It's going. So I think that's what we want to end up growing.
I see.
It reduces labor. It's also tasty. It's nice.
Yeah. I see.
But we want also variety. Yeah, and this is what do you call this one again?
Dandel or
This is chamomile.
chamomile? That's what it is. Yeah, chamomile. Yeah.
Chamomile.
Yeah.
And near you there,
Pepper.
that's red pepper.
Yeah. And this?
Behind you there is lemon balm.
Oh, lemon balm right there. Yeah.
That's very, very nice.
How do you use that?
This is good in teas, but also to mix with other veggies. Some people just chew them.
Can I try leaf?
It's kind of harsh. But
Oh, I know what this is. Yeah. Yeah.
so you mix it with veggies and cut that together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We make like pastries out of these. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Very, very nice.
Yeah.
And so it's in the family of mint.
Mm-hmm.
This is the catnip that you're asking about.
I see. Yeah. Oh, this is catnip?
Yes.
Oh, that's not what I meant then. That's not what I meant. It's like, this is okay to touch, right?
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
It also smells very nice when it begins to flower.
Yeah. This is not what I was talking about then.
Yeah.
I was talking about, oh, I guess it just looks similar. Yeah.
But there's there are different kinds of mint too. So behind you over there, I think there's
right here.
peppermint and
Yeah, this right here.
Yeah.
Yes. Let's see.
So now that we managed to block pests, I think, especially squirrels.
Yeah.
I think we're
And
able to
do the mints and the lemon balm help with pests?
that's what you are told when you read.
Yeah.
Doesn't help very much.
Yeah. In my experience too. Yes.
Yeah. If you see, look at this. This is mosquitoes.
Wow, this is from mosquitoes?
These mosquitoes.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Initially, they were coming to eat these nuts. I don't know if you're familiar with this.
Mm-hmm.
Forget the kind of grass that gives you this kind of nut. So very nice to the squirrels. So it's very milky.
I see.
Yeah, it's very nice.
I see.
The grass is this one here. This.
Oh yeah.
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 So they come in here, they dig. There are a lot of that in the boxes.
Mm-hmm.
Then we filled with compost.
Yeah.
Looks nice. I don't know if it's edible.
Yeah.
By humans, but
I don't know if it is either. Doesn't have a smell. I can.
I'll be watching you. If you don't fall dead, then I'll start eating it.
I just licked it, so don't trust me. I don't trust it either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is what do you call that one? I forget.
This one.
The sticks that you buy at Albertsons.
Sticks?
Yeah, they're kind of like stems. What do you call this?
Oh, I think celery. Yeah, celery. Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Yeah, there's a lot of it here. But, so maybe we'll get seeds from that last
You got tomatoes too.
Yeah, so we planted tomatoes.
Yeah.
Put a tomato in every box.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, trying to kind of get some kind of pattern here, because tomatoes can fill the whole box if you put more than 2
Yeah,
plants in there.
I see.
Yeah.
I see. And so, which of these plants do you think are the most like used in Zimbabwe? Do you think, or in kitchen, like in cooking? Or
This one here, what do you call it?
red kale.
Red kale.
Yeah, red kale. What do you call it?
What we have is not red.
Mm-hmm.
You might have heard what is called the red.
Yeah.
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 Can you tell you something different? But that's not what it means.
Oh, what does it mean?
Rap is rap, the rap that you know.
Yeah.
As a sexual assault.
Yeah.
Same spelling. So
Yeah.
it's an unfortunate word or name for the veg. Yeah. So
Rap.
it's very, very common.
Mm-hmm.
But also the broad, we don't have it now, the broad deep green, I think collard. That's what it's mostly called, collard green.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have it now. But also the mustard.
Mm-hmm.
Not colored, just like green like this. Under the leaf like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The colored purple type is not very common in Zimbabwe.
Yeah.
We also try to grow things from around African continent.
Mm-hmm.
The spinach is also quite common.
So when you say spinach, you're also referring to the Swiss chard. Yeah. That's another thing I learned working for that family is they call Swiss chard spinach.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because the names are also in many ways cultural.
Yeah.
Also depends who is claiming it.
Right.
What purpose.
Yeah.
Is there a particular story in the naming? Does it vary with the cultures or not? So we also, as I said, trying to plant a lot of pumpkins.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been putting pumpkin seeds.
Well, this looks like melon.
It's a
Oh,
pumpkin.
it's a pumpkin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the challenge here, the snails.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what you can do with that?
Yeah.
You can sprinkle eggshells.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it's so sharp for them. They
But you need how many dozens of eggshells?
a lot. Yeah. Yeah.
This kind of garden.
Yeah.
So if you look at the nursery there, that really got affected by snails.
Well, also coffee grounds work. I don't know if you drink
I used to
coffee.
use that
Yeah.
a while back.
Yeah.
We were kind of slow in treating the seedbed.
Yeah.
You see these little droppings. These
Yeah.
ones.
Yeah.
These are, they call it sluggo.
Sluggo? This one.
No. The little, these ones. These white things.
Oh, I see. I see.
Snails will eat
Sluggo.
this.
Oh.
It's an organic compound.
Yeah.
They eat that and
I see.
they stop eating the veggies. But we're slow in applying it.
Yeah.
So a lot of these pumpkins and magaka, these are magaka.
Yeah.
What you might call, I think here they're called what, kiwano melons.
Yes, kiwano
I don't know why
melons.
they
Yeah.
call them melons. They're not melons at all.
Yeah.
So that's a particularly Zimbabwean fruit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's grown a lot in New Zealand now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Very, very nice.
Yeah.
I think they classify it as a superfood.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Speaking of superfoods, here you have another superfood. I don't know if you know, but
Which one?
this right here, this is purslane.
Uh,
Yeah, this is actually Mexican and Mediterranean. It's like very southern Mediterranean people use it and it's actually one of the highest vegetables in omega-3 fatty acids.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so this is really good for you.
I knew that people
Yeah.
eat that, but I wasn't sure because I've not
Yeah.
eaten it. So I treat it as a weed.
Yeah, no, don't treat it as a weed. Eat it. I mean, it is a weed. It is a weed, but you should eat it because it's very good. And all you do, you can even eat it fresh. You can wash it, cut it up, or you can put it in your eggs. If you're making eggs, you can put it in soup. It's super good. Yeah,
But as you can see there, it's very, very invasive.
it is. But it's a native species. It's like
So it's not invasive.
so it's technically not invasive. It's invasive in your garden bed, but usually if you have a lot of it, that means that you have good soil. So yeah.
Yeah, we try not to use chemicals.
Yeah.
Yeah, like this just grows.
Mhm.
Like a lot of things in this garden just grow.
Yeah.
And once we introduce things like lemon balm, also just grows, whatever it was.
Yeah.
Back there, that's mint.
Yes.
Yeah. There's mint all over. We just
Yeah.
actually
Hey,
have to cut it.
Pomegranate? You got
That's
pomegranate. Yeah.
It's the
Yeah.
dwarf kind.
Yeah. Oh, I see.
And I'll try to.
And it produce fruit?
It's still young.
Mm-hmm.
This is its third year.
Got you.
Just
Gotcha.
grows flowers. They've not really given us fruit yet.
Mm-hmm.
But over the last 2 years, most of my students, I work with graduate students, mainly African graduate students,
Mm-hmm.
they've been away doing their research. So the caring, the tendering
Mm-hmm.
gets challenged. But this year, I've been traveling a lot too over the last 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the summers I'm not here, but this summer I'm here, most of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the garden will really be different.
Yeah.
I promise you that.
Yeah.
The garden will be.
Hey, if you ever need help, you can let me know. I love to help.
The garden is always open for people who want to put a hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the spirit of this space.
Mm-hmm.
We work with volunteers.
Mm-hmm.
We know that the challenge of food scarcity and food costs
Mm-hmm.
and foodstuffs poisoning
Yeah.
is prevalent.
Yes.
Affects everybody.
Yes.
Yeah. So most weekends, actually, most Saturdays.
Yeah.
Yesterday we were here.
Got it. Got
But
it.
most of the time, when I'm not in the office, when I'm not at home, I have a smaller garden in my house.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I do too. Even
It's good
here.
to
Yeah.
work with other people.
Yeah. I'd love to help. I'd love to help if you
Because
need.
most
Yeah.
of my students actually didn't know. Like those ones who were born in this country,
Yeah.
they've never grown anything.
Yeah. Most people in the U.S. haven't really, and even people that do grow stuff in the U.S., a lot of them work on large-scale industrial farms, and I've noticed that that's the difference because the farms I worked at were very small, and so I know all about the different plants, and we don't grow just like one plant for acres. We grow a lot of different things, like row by row, different, and yeah, people. They just know, oh, I have to apply this chemical. This is the problem. I apply this chemical. Oh, this is another problem. Then we just dig up the entire thing. Then we just destroy all the microbiome in the soil. Yeah.
So that's actually one of the most difficult problems that African agriculture has been affected by.
Yeah.
Especially over the colonial century.
Mm-hmm.
Because of your agrochemicals and your cash crop monocropping economies.
Yeah.
Because the French or the British or the Portuguese were just trying to get people to produce this one or few crops.
Yeah. Because it was the most profitable. Yeah.
Most profitable, but also in terms of starches that replace small grains.
Yeah.
Very, very nutritious and just make people grow corn.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And most people, if you had gone to the Taste of Africa event yesterday
Mm-hmm.
and on Friday, people had images and some had food dishes from their countries, and they're calling that our traditional food, our staple food, and all that stuff.
But it's
Most
colonial
of it is
food.
corn.
Yeah.
Most of the students have not looked at this stuff closely.
I'll tell you, this is not just an African problem. This is an all over the world problem because most foods that people call traditional, they've only been around for a few hundred years. Yeah.
Yes, so I mean, what's tradition and what is tradition?
Yeah.
So I guess you can make tradition, and you can make tradition out of even colonial things. But also, I mean, you've got to be conscious
Yeah.
of what the stuff is doing to you,
Mm-hmm.
and it's doing to the environment and to your food systems. So like corn is a major problem.
In America too.
Yes,
Yeah,
it is.
yeah.
I mean, I like it when I roast it,
Yeah.
but
But you know, there's a difference between raw corn. The problem with America and a lot of other countries is the corn. I'm sorry. I'm telling you.
no. It's
Yeah,
a
yeah,
conversation, isn't it?
Yeah. They actually make most sugar in America is made out of corn. Most animal feed in America is made out of corn. Most even fertilizer is made out of corn, which is because the government subsidizes corn. It doesn't subsidize spinach or collard greens or nothing. It subsidizes corn. Yeah, so we
So it's
grow corn.
pervasive.
Yeah.
It's basically in everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's everything.
You can't find a single, I guarantee you can't find a single frozen or processed food in the store without some sort of corn at some point. Yeah.
So I mean, it's an industrial crop in that regard.
Mm-hmm.
And most of the corn, because it's industrial, because it's profit driven, because it's subsidized, because it's chemical based, it's not the best kind of food.
Yeah.
And for most of the African countries that have made corn their staple,
Mm-hmm.
countries like Kenya,
Yeah.
Tanzania, South Africa, I mean the whole belt from
Yeah.
South Africa.
And when you
through
think of
Zimbabwe,
Kenyan food, I think of corn. I don't know.
chapati,
Yeah.
corn based.
Yeah.
So the corn belt runs from South Africa all the way to Kenya
Uh-huh.
and some other countries. But that's the main corn belt. And you know what? That corn belt is also the cancer belt on the continent.
Yeah.
And it's also, people there are very, very vulnerable to nutritional deficiency diseases,
Yeah.
diabetes.
Do you think that's because of the corn itself or because of the chemicals they use to grow corn?
Now,
'Cause-
I think it's a multiple factors now. But
Yeah.
it's all centers. on
Yeah.
the corn.
Yeah.
But the corn itself, I mean, because we should look at most traditional people would weed like what you were doing there.
Mm-hmm.
You remove grass mechanically,
Yeah.
but now people are being persuaded to buy Roundup
Yeah.
and these
Yeah.
other chemicals that kill weeds.
Yeah.
But
That's
when you spray that stuff, you are killing not just the weeds.
yeah, you're killing the microbiome
Killing
in the
stuff,
soil.
you're killing the biomatter,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
bio life
Exactly,
in
yeah.
the soil. But also the stuff that you're talking about, pointing at there.
Yeah.
You're spraying that to death.
Yeah.
And what is surviving is just the corn.
And I'll
The
give you
GMO
more.
strain.
Yeah, I'll give you more. The
Yes,
soil is
yes.
actually the biggest microbiome.
Yes.
It's not plants, it's the soil.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's where most of the organisms in the world live, and that's
Yes.
where most of the nutrition
Yes.
in the vegetables comes from.
Yes.
Yeah, and you're killing
But
that.
when you spray Roundup, because I'm growing up, so we have a small farm really.
Mm-hmm.
And of course would grow corn, but also you'll have your pumpkins from there, which we never planted.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have your magaka, which
Yeah.
we never planted. We have the various vegetables, and some which we don't have in here,
Yeah.
that just come out every season.
Yeah.
Because the seeds are there, perennially.
Yeah.
Nobody ever plants them. But we go there to get vegetables because it's time to
Yeah.
cook.
Yeah.
You know they are there.
Yeah.
You know, as kids playing, you know, you get your magaka, so much watermelons. I mean, you don't take them seriously. They're everywhere.
Yeah.
And nobody even buys or sells them. And nobody plants them.
Right.
But if you go to most of the homes these days that use these agrochemicals, these things don't grow anymore.
Yeah.
So what we have now is just corn.
Yeah.
People have become so impoverished, but they're being told this is scientific, new technology.
Yeah. They're being told it's what makes you richer, but yeah.
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 I mean, it's terrible loss of the richness in the farms, in the fields,
Yeah.
and a lot of things that we actually just picked wild.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you don't get
And I
them
think
anymore.
this happened in America too. I think this is exactly actually the story of what happened in America is all of our, even those same colored greens, we grow one, maybe at best you'll find two varieties in the store. If you're going to a really expensive good store, you'll find maybe two varieties. There's one variety, just we're gonna ignore like all the chemicals and stuff. There's one variety of colored greens sold in all of the US stores, and they're grown on 10 different people, and that's all of the colored greens that everyone eats. Yeah.
So when Europeans were interested in understanding and benefiting from the richness of African foods, like late 1800s,
Mm-hmm.
many of them were missionaries and botanists that come and ask people names of things and identify things. You know, they listed more than 100 different types of vegetables. More than 100.
Wow.
If you go back there and ask people today,
Yeah.
they just point at you, point the,
Yeah.
yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
This stuff that we have in here,
Mm-hmm.
how many can Very few people can tell you more than 10
Yeah,
different veggies.
yeah.
Most
Most people
of-
can't even identify all the vegetables stolen in the store, and there's not that many vegetables sold in the store.
So this is
Yeah.
serious impoverishment in terms of the food cultures. A lot of this comes with industrializing diets, industrializing lives. But also, a lot of this came as what scholars have called a pesticide, the killing of knowledge systems, knowledge about food. So, because what missionaries did was they demonized what people were eating. And they called that hidden food. Eating hidden food, like the small grains. That was hidden food. Eat corn, white maize.
Yeah.
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 And that's what civilized Christian people eat. So that is really like the gospel of death. And people still call maize like the savior. You know, in many ways, it's the white savior.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is white poison. I mean, people know that, but it's a very very serious problem because it came through violence. And to reverse this, I don't know what it would take to regenerate the kinds of richness in the food cultures.
Yeah. I don't know either, to be honest. I don't know.
Because I mean, the industrial machine is still rolling.
I think maybe if we could start by not subsidizing large scale industrial farming, and that'll be very bad at first for our economy, but I think in the long term maybe that'll be better because we'll grow what we actually need and not what the government says.
Because
Yeah.
when you say our economy,
Yeah.
I think that's the starting point. When
Yeah.
you say our economy, whose economy?
Yeah.
Yeah, those are talking maybe macro. But the food cultures, like other cultures that make industry, we know that we don't own them.
Yeah.
They're owned by and driven by corporations and the big money. Most of it is deeply colonial money.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when I do this, I mean, you'll not find me at Abeson buying leafy veggies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll not.
Yeah.
So I mean, if people in this community, I mean, everybody utilizes these grassy plots,
Mm-hmm.
maybe that's a good starting point. And
I
there's
agree,
educational
I agree,
programs
yeah.
at the university where people really think seriously about this stuff.
I
Maybe
think-
that's a good starting point.
Yeah, university, but also I think everyone should know how to grow something because I feel like people can't even keep a succulent alive, and succulents don't die. Like I think you need to water that once a month, and if you can't
Yes.
keep that alive, I
Yes.
think we have a problem with people not you have to have this is why, for example, in Ukraine or Russia or anywhere in Eastern Europe, a lot of people have country houses. They go to their country houses, they grow their own food.
Yeah.
And there's a big problem with like people with the chemicals and all that stuff, of course, but people understand a lot better where they're like what it takes to grow their food,
Yeah.
where it's coming from, and you get a lot more understanding of maybe what you should be eating when you can actually grow it yourself. Yeah, because you don't have to choose between what's maybe more expensive or less expensive. You choose between what grows where you live and what doesn't grow where you live.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's probably what you should be eating is the food that grows where you live.
Those
Yeah.
of us who call ourselves conscious these
Yeah.
days, we eat false organics.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, we think this is organic, so it's good. And you don't know where it's grown. You don't know how it's grown.
Yeah.
You don't know how it's handled.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, agribusiness is business,
Yeah.
first and foremost.
And I'll tell you this too, for example, in small farms, organic is actually, in a way, very discriminatory against small scale farming
Yes.
because we wanted to get organic certified, we have to have our soil monitored for 6 years, and it's a very expensive process. And in addition to that, there's a lot of just like bureaucracy involved to even get that certification or even get your soil, like quite literally, you have to be up and running for 6 years and be surveyed for the entirety of those 6 years. And all of that costs lots of money. And that will give you an organic certification. So obviously the only people that can afford that are the large scale industrial farms. Yeah.
Well, the problem is the problem of the certificate.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, the certificate rules the world.
Yeah.
And so organic food in that sense is not different. It's still the problem. Because I mean, if you are not certified by industry,
Yeah.
then you are not good to begin with.
Yeah.
So we are seeking to be certified by the system that in many ways is responsible for our destruction.
Yeah.
But I mean, here we don't seek anybody's certification.
Yeah.
We grow, we don't use chemicals in this little plot because we know chemicals are not good. If you just do this, you see what I'm talking about. You see the worms. You see the worms.
Yeah, there's so many worms.
Yeah. It's full of worms.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. We don't need industrial certification. These guys are very delicate. We use chemicals and chemical fertilizer. They will not survive.
Yeah.
They will not be as happy.
Right.
The soil will be not as rich as it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of eggshells. We're talking about eggshells. These little white things,
Yeah.
they're eggshells.
They're very good for the
Yes,
soil, you
full
know.
of calcium
Yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah.
So they help in pest control.
Yeah. And it makes your vegetables more nutritious too.
Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.